Norristown, and welcome back to another episode of The Eagle's Eye. I'm Karen Salinas and
Selena Tello. And right now we're going to start with a very interesting interview about Latino Club.
yes, it's actually with Amy Adame, and let's go check out the interview to see what's it about.
Hola! I'm Selena Tello and I'm here with Amy.
Hi.
And she is going to be talking to us about Latino Club. How are you?
Good, thanks.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Okay. So what is Latino Club? Because I know there's a Spanish club, and we don't want to get this confused with Latino Club. What's Latino Club?
Latino Club is very different from Spanish Club. Spanish Club is mostly based on the language that they teach here in school. Latinos Club does community service. We help other ESL students in school that need more help, and mostly volunteer work.
Where are some of the places that you do volunteer work at?
This past Saturday, one of them was at the creek down at Elmo Park. We cleaned up some of our students, and then we helped our church and St. Patrick Church, and then things like that at school and mostly events.
Is Latino Club just for Latino students?
No, we actually have very different population in there. We have Americans, we have Latin, we even have Korean girl in there, and anyone's invited.
Okay. So how did you advertise Latino Club? How did you get all these members?
Latino Club been, I believe, over 8 years in Arson High School, but mostly it was just, want to say, passed down through people that came into school, and everybody knew about it by then, since I arrived.
When do you guys meet? Do you guys have like a meeting day every month or every week?
Officers meet every Tuesday, and the whole club meets every Wednesday.
Who are the officers?
Kimberly Cuellar is president. I'm vice president. Then we have our treasurer, who's Stephanie. We have our secretary, who's Jasmine Alvarez. And we have our historians, who's Kevin, Cynthia, and Jesus, and Jessica Ayala.
Okay. So I know all these names, and they sound like really good students. I know that they're involved and everything. So I'm guessing that you guys have a lot of plans for the future.
Yes.
What are some of the upcoming plans for the rest of the school year?
Some upcoming plans. Our biggest one right now is our Cinco de Mayo event that we're trying to plan at our church for everyone, the whole community. We're also trying to do community service with the girls to go and help, mostly at the church, and we're trying to get money to donate to Japan and first aid kits. So we're making a lot of fundraising that has to do with that.
Okay. About how many members would you say that you have now?
Members like 28, 20-something, 28, 30.
20-something?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think this club is helping to benefit not just the students in the school, but the whole community as a whole?
I believe it helps it a lot. It benefits the school because first of all, it's another club, another generation that's helping around. Our community, well, we help a lot, and we just give out a lot of help. That's it.
Okay. How can someone join? Like if they want to look for you, or if they want to look for what teacher? Who's your sponsor?
Our sponsor right now is Mr. Bennett. He's here mostly Mondays and Wednesdays, every other week. And if you want to talk to a teacher, it's more likely for you to talk to Ms. Brown if he's not here, if you can't find him. You don't need anything to join. We do check on grades for you to do good in school and things like that, but that's not necessary to join.
Okay. So how are you guys just started a Latino club. It's been here for a number of years, but for this school year, you just recently started it. Why is that?
We didn't have a sponsor. Our sponsor from last year has French Club now. It was Ms. Shahim, but she couldn't do both clubs, so I just found one, Mr. Bennett. I had him for Upper Bound, so I asked him and he offered himself.
Now, so he's in charge of Upward Bound as well?
Yeah.
Are you guys kind of like joining together?
Yes. We are doing fundraisers to help our club and help Upper Bound with things and donations, things like that.
That's really good. That's like everyone working together, which means like double the work gets done, which means better for everyone. Is there anything else you would like to add about Latino Club? Want to invite people to join?
Yeah, everyone's welcome. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be Latino or speak Spanish. Everybody's welcome. So every Wednesday.
Okay. So,
That's it.
all right. So next Wednesday, I'll probably show up. So, because I am a Latino too. Okay. So thank you so much for being
You're
here,
welcome.
Amy.
Thank you for bringing.
I'm Selenia Tello, and now back to the Eagle's Eye.
I wish that we had healthier lunches.
I wish they would fix the nasty potholes.
I wish we had shorter school days.
I wish we had cleaner bathrooms.
I wish that we had 45-minute classes.
I wish we had phone privileges and lunch.
Wish we had nap time.
I wish the school would direct money towards improving the auditorium's audio.
I really wish we had softer toilet paper.
I wish that we had longer lunches.
I wish the parking permits here at the high school were free.
I wish we could go off campus for lunch.
I wish the school enforced school uniforms.
I wish the school had a Starbucks cafe.
I wish that we could learn outside.
I wish school didn't start so early.
I wish the school would give all the students laptops.
I wish we had a senior trip.
I wish we had study hall.
I wish we had newer textbooks.
I wish they could change the dress code.
I wish we had better cheesesteaks.
I wish we had vending machines.
I wish Norristown would repave Eagle Drive.
Next, we have a special segment about the dress code.
Yes, because the way you come dressed to school is one of the things that affects your learning. It could be a distraction to some other people.
Yeah, so let's go check out what's appropriate and inappropriate for school.
Hi, I'm Miss Connolly, lead teacher here at Norristown High School. I have here with me today Miss Dunstan, vice principal, and we're here to discuss with you today what not to wear at Norristown High School when it comes to our dress code.
We have randomly chosen several students, and we're going to look at what they're wearing to see if they meet our dress code. Mrs. Connolly, she's really dressed inappropriate. She has several violations. Let's start with the top. The hat must come off.
Right, any hat cannot be worn at all.
Okay, now let's look at the top. What do you think?
So also her cell phone. Cell phone's another violation. She can't have that out at school, especially not texting.
And she's definitely going to have on a sweater with that shirt. The shirt is inappropriate. It has no sleeves, and it's too low.
Right, she has her strap showing too, which she can't have. Along with that, her dress is too short. If she would put her hand down the side, you can see it's above the fingertip length, so that's a violation also.
If she didn't have a change of clothes, she would probably have to go to ISS for the day and lose class time.
Exactly.
Let's hope she has a change of clothes.
Much better. She put a sweater on to cover up the top, which makes it more appropriate. Along with that, she added tights, which are appropriate because it's fingertip length for the dress with the tights under them. Much better.
Yes. This is what to wear at Norristown Area High School.
Yes.
Much better. Earbuds cannot be worn in the building.
No, they can't. iPods should be in the locker so that students aren't tempted to use them, but definitely even if they're not listening to music, earbuds should not be in their ears.
What do you think about the students who just wear them around their necks and say, you know, I'm not listening right now?
Yeah, that shouldn't happen either.
Inappropriate.
Exactly. He also looks like he's dressed more for gym class rather than coming to school and sitting in regular classes.
Yeah, ball shorts are not allowed. They're also a dress code violation.
Right, regular shorts may be worn, but not gym shorts.
Okay.
Okay, we're still going with the casual look, but now he doesn't have the shorts on anymore. He has the pants, doesn't have any of the iPod or anything else with the violation, so this is appropriate now.
Okay, good to go. Looks like we're ready for the beach here.
We are.
Yes.
Yes, definitely not dressed for school. It's dressed more for outside of school. Starting with sunglasses. Sunglasses may not be worn at all, whether they're on the top of the head, covering the eyes. They can't have sunglasses on in school.
White beaters are definitely a no-no.
Right, no tank tops for boys or girls they can wear in school.
And ball shorts, as we know. Shorts are appropriate, but ball shorts are not appropriate for school.
Correct.
Gym class, but not for school.
Right. Okay. He's also ready for school now, not going to the beach for the day.
Sunglasses are off.
Yep.
The t-shirt, that's off, and he has on a regular shirt.
Yep. Jeans.
So the ball shorts are off.
And I don't see the cell phone anymore.
Wonderful.
So that's great.
So he's appropriate for school.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Connolly, a lot of times students stay up late, and they may be a little tired. But, pajamas are for home. Pajama pants cannot be worn in school.
Correct. Along with that, it looks like she's still finishing her breakfast. Orange juice or any drinks may not be brought into school. They shouldn't have them in the hallways, and they definitely should not have them in class. So we also have slippers, something that's not appropriate for her to wear in school. There's several different kinds of shoes she could wear that are appropriate, but slippers are meant for wearing at home when you're getting ready for bed.
What if a student's confused and they really don't know what's on the dress code list?
Well, they can look. It's in the end book. It's listed in a chart that's very easy for them to read what's acceptable to wear in school and what is not. Or they could ask either of us or any vice principal or lead teacher at school.
Okay. This student looks great. She has on a sweater. I think the pajama pants are off. I think she's ready for school now.
Right.
And she took off the slippers and put on regular shoes.
Good.
Yes. Oh my.
Okay, start with the top is inappropriate. You could see her bra through her shirt, along with the straps are being exposed. So it's definitely inappropriate.
And for the straps, we usually do the 4-fingertip rule. If a student comes in with a shirt that has no sleeves, we'll do the 4-fingertip rule.
Right.
And if it meets that guideline, then they're okay.
Right, and she definitely does not meet the guideline.
No. And then if you go down any, you see that the skirt is an inappropriate length. Our skirts have to be fingertip length.
And hers is at least a good 6 inches too short.
It's funny, sometimes students will say, well, my skirt can come down. But then once they go to class or they're walking around the building, their skirt rises up.
Right.
So we definitely advise that skirt to be long enough that it won't come up during the day.
Absolutely. Good, much better. Top's appropriate. Everything's covered up, appropriate pants. No more short skirt.
Wow, she was able to go to her locker and retrieve some pants and take the skirt off and put the pants on, and she found a shirt to put on over top of her t-shirt that she had on. So she can go to class, she's appropriate for school now.
And hopefully next time she'll dress appropriate in the beginning and then won't have to go through the process of changing.
That would be great.
Okay, once again, sunglasses, boys or girls, they may not wear them in school. It's something you wear outside of school. It's not appropriate to wear here. So that's her first violation.
Now scarves, students are allowed to wear scarves for as accessories around the building. But then if we go down any, we see tights.
Yes, which is probably our biggest dress code violation
Yes, it
here
is.
at
Yes,
the high
it is.
school. Tights may not be worn as pants. I think some students get confused with that. They may be worn under a skirt or a dress, but they cannot be worn just as pants like she's doing here.
So if a student had on tights, but they had on a skirt that met the fingertip rule, they would be allowed to wear them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
But students cannot wear tights as pants.
Correct.
Or stockings or leotards.
Yes.
Just to
Or
kind of
yoga
put that out
pants
there.
or jeggings
Yes.
or any of the new terms.
Yes.
Much better. We changed the tights for jeans now. Everything about her looks great for school.
No iPod, no
True.
cell phone. She's not eating in the hallways. She doesn't have sunglasses on. She has appropriate clothes on and she is ready for school.
Now you know what not to wear at Norristown Area High School.
And what to wear at Norristown Area High School. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys. Well, we have another little treat for you guys. This is actually a segment about spring musical. And we all know you're excited for that. And so are all the other seniors that are in that, because this is going to be their last show. So why don't you tune into one of their new memories, soon-to-be memories. Yes, it's going to be really hard saying goodbye. This is, unfortunately, it's my last show. But what I shot for you guys, I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully you come see the show.
He's on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Come on, he's on down the road.
It's Goody Universe. Shannon Sproul here to tell you to come to the Spring Musical on April 8th and 9th. Friday night, there's going to be an 8 o'clock show. Saturday, you can catch a 2 p.m. show in the afternoon, then 8 o'clock later that night. $9 for admission, $8 with student ID, $7 for kids under 12, and for people over 65. So check it out, because that joint going to be the mad note. We going out with a bang, 2011. All dizzy, yeah.
The show is about finding yourself, and the theme is definitely evident in a lot of the songs they were singing, especially songs like Ease On Down the Road. Even though when times are going hard, you definitely know the road to go down, being on the right track. And it definitely is about finding yourself and making sure you're still pushing on to being who you are and the best that you can be.
Some of the struggles we face during the show is learning a lot of large numbers and small numbers in a short amount of time. We've only had roughly 4 weeks to put the show together, so it's definitely all concentration, all dedication, all like hard work. Like there's no goofing off or fooling around because we only have 4 weeks to put the show together.
I ain't like how I did the first time. I didn't like how I did it.
We're doing Razzle Dazzle and the famous one, Ease On Down the Road, and we're doing Coffee Break and Singing in the Rain, which is a lot of fun. There's a surprise at the end, so you'll just have to come to see.
Come on, he's on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Come on, he's on down the
The people that have helped us with this musical are Ms. Dumo, Nancy, Jill, our choreographer. She's really good, and it's sometimes really hard to follow her, but after a while you get it. It's really fun. Miss Burt always helps us with the costumes and stuff, and she's really into helping us make sure that we've got all the stuff we need.
Hi guys, I'm Gabby Beers. This year for the Spring Musical, it's going to be really good. You guys should definitely come out and see it. The show's April 8th and 9th. April 8th is a Friday. The show is at 8 p.m. And you can catch the Saturday show, April 9th at 2 p.m. and then another one at 8. Tickets are $9 for general admission, $8 if you have your student ID, and $7 for kids under 12 and over the age of 65. You guys should definitely come out and see it. It's going to be a great show.
I've been having a good time, and I think it's great to have this review because you get to showcase a lot of different people's talents. And I mean, in past musicals, there's been a lot of good singers, but not all of them have gotten lead roles. In this musical, like everyone who has a voice is being heard.
He's on down the road. He's on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Come on, he's on down the road. Come on, he's on down the road. Come on, he's on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone.
Hi, I'm Kristen Baker from the Eagle's Eye. Today I'm here with Mr. Schmalbach to talk about the focus groups that have been going on here at the high school. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good, thank you. So what exactly are the focus groups?
A number of faculty members that are concerned about making sure that the Norristown High School can be the best school that it can possibly be. Have been meeting fairly regularly, talking about different issues in the building, things that we can do to improve what's going on both academically, environmentally, and so on. And we decided that one of the best things that we thought we could do was to get a real pulse of the student body to find out what students thought were the good things, the bad things, things that could be changed, things that were going well within the building. So we decided to set up focus groups where we actually invite students to come down. We have questions that we ask them, and we encourage them to give their opinions. We really want to know what they think about different topics, and we're trying to really get a feel for the pulse of the student body on a whole bunch of different issues that we think will help guide us in making this school a better school.
And have you already run focus groups?
Yes, we did about 12 or 15 groups so far, and they went really well. So what happened was the people that were invited in those groups would get a pass. They come down in usually groups of about 8 or 10, and there were a couple faculty members who really weren't there to direct or discuss so much as to facilitate the comments that were coming from the students. We would throw questions out there and maybe help direct a little bit, but we really wanted to let the students talk. And what we discovered was that when given a voice, students have a lot of opinions and a lot of really good information to give us as a school to figure out ways that we can look at what we're doing and find areas that we can improve, also things that are going well that we should keep.
And how are those students chosen? Is it randomly or?
Yeah, we have random groups set up. There's different methods that we go about to develop groups around. Some have particular things that we were looking for in students. Other ones are completely random. When you learn about polling and gathering information in American Systems class as seniors, what you discover is that people that do this kind of thing for a living, polling and finding out the opinions of people, they can generate and figure out opinions of the entire nation based around usually like 3,000 people or so. So what we're looking to do is to get about 10% of the student body, which is about 180 students, to give us a real cross section in all sorts of things, different demographics, different types of students, and so on.
Do you know when the next focus groups will be held?
Well, we have, of course, our issue of juggling everything around PSSA, since that's going on right now, and that, of course, takes precedence. We have a second set of about another dozen or more focus group students that'll be getting invitations for them coming up in the next 3 weeks or so. So students that get that invitation will be getting one to alert them that they're being invited, and then they'll get a specific pass for a period in time to come to the conference room in the library to participate in their particular group.
Is this new this year, or is this something that's been going on?
This has never happened before that I'm aware of in the whole time that I've taught here, which is 12 years, or even my time as a student back in the 90s. I think it's kind of unusual for the school, or any school really, to take this much time to really figure out what their students are thinking and feeling about what goes on in their building. I think that, and not in a bad way, but we sometimes forget, that students aren't just, here to learn in the sense that they are like automatons that come in, do their job, and leave. But hey, you're people, you have opinions, you see what's going on. You may see things that we don't see, or have opinions, and something that we think is effective may in fact not be as effective as we think when we talk to the students, or vice versa. Something that we didn't really think much of, students tell us, oh, that made a really big impression on me, and that helps us to fine tune and kind of build the kind of pride and functionality in the building that we really want to see.
So the feedback that you get from the students, is that going to determine maybe some of the things that are going to go on next year?
It's distinctly possible. We were as we've sat down and talked to students, we're finding out, all sorts of different pieces of information about things that they're seeing. And again, part of this was that we, as faculty, looking at changing things in the building, didn't want to do this in a vacuum. We didn't want to simply make changes that would affect 2,000 students without actually saying, you know what, let's find out what the 2,000 students are thinking first, and really look at the entire picture before we just go in and say we need to change this, this, and this, and that's going to fix everything. Like any place, we have issues that need to be resolved. We have things that work very well, and we want to fine-tune things, and this is where this focus group idea came from.
Can you name any of the specific issues that are brought up in the focus groups?
Oh, I mean, we've asked things about scheduling, about safety, about what students look for in a fellow student, in a teacher. What things do they find that are effective from their teachers or not effective, coursework, extracurriculars, things about like school spirit, all sorts of different topics. Really, it ranges all over the place. And these discussions, once people get talking, it's really actually hard to stop them. Many of these have lasted close to a whole block, an hour and a half worth, and we could probably have kept right on going, if we didn't have school to do as well.
That's good. I think these focus groups will be good.
Well, yeah, we're very pleased with the information we're getting out of them, and I think that they're going to go a long way towards us really figuring out things to do to really bring the building together and to make it really the kind of place that we all want it to be.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not just that, if you get, as students, if you get the invitation, you have to check with your teachers to make sure you don't have a test or something that particular time, but we really do encourage you to come and attend. It's, like I said, it's usually about an hour or so, but it's really an opportunity to speak frankly. We're not taking names or anything like that. We just want to know information.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm Kristen Baker, and I just spoke with Mr. Schmalbach about the focus groups being held here during the high school. So now back to the Eagle's Eye.
And that's it for this week's episode of the Eagle's Eye. I'm Sarah Pitkin. And I'm Selenia Tello, and also from Karen Salinas. We hope that you guys have a wonderful week and wait with anxiety to watch our next show. See you next week.